So funny. Jason, what's up? A lot of great people, fantastic people coming in. Thanks so much. Now on Periscope, you can give hearts. On Facebook Live, you got to type in the hearts. So if you can type in the heart, that'd be great. Let us know. Shanat, what's going on? New from Mississippi, Hattiesburg. All right, awesome. Who else is here on Facebook Live? Shauna, what's up? Shauna, thank you so much. Good. Pastor, we got a lot of pastors coming in. First time people coming in. Awesome, awesome. Leon, you're from Houston? Leon, what's up, man? We got a lot of people from H-Town coming in. Miss Q, PP, I'm glad that you're here. Renee, what's up? Glad that you're here. All right, awesome. Let's get this show rocking, shall we? All right, so this is what I was talking about earlier today. Charlene, Clarence, if you guys would, go ahead and type in. Valerie, thanks so much for the heart. I'm going to high five that. Thank you so much. Man, all right, we want Periscope to get their act together because we've already been running on Facebook Live now for like, what? It's been 23 minutes without a hitch. So, but anyway, Periscope, I love you guys. It's the program. I don't know what is up with Periscope, but they've been flaky this whole week. So anyway, thank you guys for coming in. Clarence, what's up? Clarence, would you please type in the contest rules? Clarence, we're here. Sorry, dude. So Clarence, I got Clarence on Periscope. Everybody say hello to Clarence. Everybody on Facebook Live say hello to Charlene. And Charlene and Clarence, if you guys would, go ahead and type in worshipteamtraining.com/mentoring. worshipteamtraining.com/mentoring. And do that because why? Because we're going to be going through who's going to win today. What's up, Laura? A lot of great people coming in. Who is going to win today? The free session of your mentoring. Who wants to win today? So let's do it. Let's get this thing going. G-Boy, what's up? A lot of great, fantastic people coming in. Finally, things are working right. And my apologies. Sometimes you can't help the technology. But hey, you can see we got our stuff down. But Periscope, oh man, it's a bummer because we have a lot of people on Periscope, but we're picking up a lot of people right now on Facebook Live, so thank you guys so much. We did a lot of overhauling since yesterday to get this thing going. Thanks, Charlene. Thanks, Clarence. You guys rock. Moana, what's up? Moana loves Facebook Live, right? Laura, all right, awesome. Good deal, good deal. Yeah, we did a lot of overhauling since yesterday to get this thing going, and we tested Facebook Live, and we had like over 400 people join us, and we were just messing around. And Clarence remembers that because it was like nuts. It was nuts. And so the consensus, I asked you guys yesterday, hey, do you want us to do a dual broadcast between Facebook Live and Periscope? And it was unanimous. Everybody said yes because they didn't care if they were on Periscope. They didn't care if they were on Facebook Live. And Charisse is watching us with both apps because she is the lady of the hour. What's up? Thank you, Charisse. You're awesome. Love you. Look at that. And Charlene, look, we have a lot of fun here. So if you're new to the scope, if you're new to the broadcast today too, you're new to Worship Team Training, and we're actually broadcasting right now out to our 10,000 plus followers on Facebook. And all right, awesome, Laura. And then also our 1,700 viewers on Periscope. So love you guys. Thanks so much for coming in. Let's get right to it, shall we? The contest, again, one more time. The contest rules. Snapchat. Download it. Follow us. Worship TT. We already got several people this morning following us, and all you need to do is watch the Snapchat story and see where it ends. You can enter the contest, and in that contest, all you need to do is go to our website. That's worshipteamtraining.com/mentoring. When you do, you'll scroll down. I know I'm probably going a little fast, sorry. It's the coffee. Terrible. worshipteamtraining.com/mentoring. Scroll down at the bottom, and when you do, all right, awesome, Domingo. ¿Cómo estás, señor? And when you, that's kind of bright. That didn't work very well. But if you go to worshipteamtraining.com/mentoring, scroll down, and then fill out the form and put it in free. Now, if you've already won a free session, you can't win again. Sorry, because a lot of you guys had played, 3 weeks ago, and we had like 15 winners. So we want to open this up to people who haven't done this yet. So if you haven't done this yet, if you're a worship leader, you're a pastor, you're a singer, you're a musician, you're an audio tech, find us, worshipteamtraining.com/mentoring, Enter in the contest. You get a free session with me. What could be better? Yeah, by the way, and coffee. Yes, Domingo. It is totally better. Totally. All right, so let's get right to it, shall we? We're going to do this. I'm going to turn this off for the meantime so that way you don't get too distracted and what's being said here. But we have a lot happening. And what I wanted to get to today is talking about the topic unto God. And what does that really mean? Because we got into a really big discussion this whole week on all of our broadcasts. And by the way, if you want to find the article that we're doing today, our hashtag is unto God, and you can find that at Twitter, all right? You can find us on Twitter and do that. Unto God is our hashtag. And I'm just going to turn it this way just a little bit so you see me better. Is that cool? Okay, good. So if you like what you hear, by the way, I do this on Periscope all the time, but I don't think there's a way that we can do this on Facebook Live. You'll have to type in a heart on Facebook Live, but on Periscope, tap the screen and let the worship leader glasses know, or the worship leader hair, that you like what you hear. And if you like the worship leader hair, you just type that into Facebook Live. Let us know it's up. Worship leader hair today having a really good day. He's been behaving himself. Worship leader hair did not stand in the way of worship leader lady hair monitor. So that was good, because worship leader lady hair was getting a little tiffy with him, and I had to calm him down. We joke. That's just that's just a funny way of us saying, hey, we love to engage, and we like to have your comments. We like to have your hearts, your likes, your shares. So let us know what's up. If you have a comment, you got something to say, you got a question, go ahead and type it in so we know what it is. And all you guys watching us by Periscope, shares out, slide over on Apple, up and down on Droid. Same thing with Facebook Live. Share us out with all your Facebook friends. We want many people to come because we got the message today that God has given. And most importantly, we're just fantastic on fire about what God is doing through you right now. And a lot of people are joining us. So thank you guys so much. Swipe and invite, Clarence says. So that's awesome. And this is what we're also going to be doing too, something new. We're going to be taking the live broadcast like we're doing now, and we're going to re-upload those to YouTube. So that way, if you miss anything, you don't have to go to Catch anymore. You can get the live recorded file that we did on YouTube. We're creating that channel right now, actually a playlist on YouTube. And also, we're going to be running some of our snaps on there as well. So the reason why is because we want to give more stuff away to you, so that way you're getting all the help that you need. So let's do this. Let's talk about unto God. And what does that really mean? A lot of you this week you've been going through a lot of stuff, and I've been hearing a lot from you. And so thank you for all the emails and the comments that you guys have been giving us, because it's been fantastic. And so the questions that I have is, what challenges are you facing right now as a worship leader? If you're a musician, yeah, you're not going to be missing any of the training content. Thanks, Charlene. Absolutely. So I want to know from you. Let's hear it. I'm going to adjust my worship leader chair. The praise leader, what's up? You guys joining us on Periscope. So tell us right now, what are you most challenged by right now as a worship leader? What are you most challenged right now as a worship leader? What challenges you the most? So go ahead and just type in your comments, your questions, your ideas, your thoughts, because this is what Facebook Live and Periscope is all about. We dialogue, we have a conversation here. This is not the same way of doing a YouTube video. Now, if you're watching us on YouTube with a replay, awesome, thanks for joining us. But we want to hear from you, even if you are watching us on a replay right now. Go ahead and please type in what is up. Favoritism. Okay, can we talk about that, please? Favoritism. From the worship pastor toward the team. Let me first say, if you want to follow what I'm talking about right now, all you need to do is go to worshipteamtraining.com, scroll down, and then tap on today's article, which is called Unto God. All right? Thanks, Clarence. Thanks, Charlene. It's called Unto God. All right, so let's talk about favoritism and people not being turned to worship. Good words. I love that. Thank you so much. All right, so favoritism. Now, I spoke to I spoke to a worship leader that had this very problem with favoritism, and it's shocking. It shocks me, Charlene, that you bring this up. Do you face favoritism in your church? Do you have a worship leader or somebody like in your pastor right now? Or somebody in your church that prefers one person over another? Do you feel like maybe the women in your church are getting stifled with leading worship? Or maybe is it something else? Taking on a new team. All right, Jermaine, we're going to talk about that. You're a member on the team. Yes, I do understand that. I do understand. So here's what I have to ask you. Favoritism. Why do we care? Why do we care about favoritism? I know what it's like when you're on the team and the leader says, "No, we're going to rotate this person instead. We're going to go with so and so on the team." All right. So here's my question. It's not just to women. No, absolutely not. It happens to men and women. We're talking about favoritism. This got kicked off just now as a comment that Charlene wrote in, and this actually is a great tagging point to our topic today, unto God, because it talks about why are we serving so hard for the praises of man when Colossians, right, 3:23 tells us we need to do all things unto God. And so when favoritism comes into place, it can wreck you. I just got through talking with a worship leader who faced that exactly. Yes, you're missing unity, and I totally get that. I was told that a worship leader told another singer, "No, we're not going to use you." Now, my question is, why would you say that? Why would you say, like, if you're a leader of people, why would you say those things? You know, now I totally get it if it's a rotation factor, or maybe if it's even a skill factor. But the way we present, the way that we communicate things to our team members needs to be done in a positive and encouraging way. Not the giving the cold shoulder, you know, I don't want to use you this week or whatever it may be. But it's more of I know it happens a lot. And you know what? Here's what we do. We speak the truth here at worshipteamtraining.com. We don't give you fluff. You meet any of our guys like on the hangout, like Tony Guerrero, Rich Kirkpatrick, Stephanie Kelly, Laura Marriott, Swift, can I go on? Like all these fantastic people, you know, and we talk about it. We go there with you. And we talk about the things that are not talkable. Yes. And so I think we are missing unity, and that's why we titled today's Unto God as our notes. Favoritism does alienate others. Tact is necessary for leaders, absolutely. Leadership constraints, lack of freedom, resistance from the congregation. I mean, it just divides and divides and divides. We have people that are commenting right now on Periscope, and you know, here's something that really got me. A quote by Katherine Jackson. She's an awesome woman of God, awesome author, and Katherine says this: "When you have learned God's secret of trusting, you will see that a life yielded up to His working is one of rest and power." I want to read that again. Katherine Jackson. "When you have learned God's secret of trusting, you will see that a life yielded up to His working is one of rest and power." So the question is, how are you resting today in His power? How are you resting in His power? Because the favoritism is not going to get you there. And the way that leaders may act is not going to help. So how do you deal with it? All right, let's go there. How do you deal with favoritism, and how do you present that to your leader or your pastor? Trusting God. Okay, this has happened before to me. And I remember serving on staff, and I had a pastor that basically just favored the youth ministry. And the music ministry was just kind of put to the side. Simply, I had to go to him as a brother in the Lord, Matthew 18, right? And go to him graciously and just say, hey, Pastor, maybe I'm, and I put it this way all the time. I just say, hey, maybe I'm seeing this not in the right angle. I could be wrong, but what I'm seeing is, and then I state whatever it is that I feel like is the obvious. And I would ask ahead of time, hey, can I just tell you my feelings? Would you be open just so that I can pick your brain? Would you hear my heart? Because I really got something that I really just want to share with you. And I want to make sure I'm seeing it the right way. Okay? I think that's a great place to start, and it's very healthy. Because when you go to that person, thanks for the hearts, everybody. When you go to that person and you go to the leader, you're not presenting it as a problem, and you're not saying, well, you're causing division or you're causing favoritism. Don't go that route, because you're asking for an inferno that you will not be able to put out. Don't do it. Just go to them and just say, hey, I got some things on my heart I really just want to share with you. Would you mind if I can just bounce this off, and it would really help me to know if I'm coming from the right place or maybe I'm not. You give them the benefit of the doubt. That way, when they hear it, they're thinking immediately, okay, well, Brandon's not coming to me as like a confrontation, because honestly, that's what a lot of leaders are used to, right? You got to think about it from their perspective first. A lot of leaders are used to people telling them what wrong they've done in the church. You don't want to be another number. So you want to go to them as a helper. And I know this seems quite backwards, okay? And you may feel it, and I totally get that. You may feel like, man, I just want to, but don't. Just, it's like what Proverbs tells us, that he who holds his tongue is wise. So do that. Just take off, slow down your roll, take off the anger. Maybe you need to let it settle for a day, okay? Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much. Yes, we're going to be, I'm going to re-upload. People are asking right now, we're going to re-show this. Yes, we're going to re-show it on YouTube, and we're going to upload that later today, okay? Plus, it's already on Facebook, so all you got to do is go to facebook.com/worshipteamtraining. Okay, so let's go back. Give attention to the squeaky wheel. Yeah, you know what? The squeaky wheel always does get the grease, but it's not always the right kind of grease. Awesome. What's up, RW? Love you, bro. Just like Frozen Let It Go. No, I did not say that. Please don't sing that song, please. God help us all. Okay, I got to take a coffee. Okay, now it's kind of worse because the coffee's cold. So, and you said frozen. Yeah. Okay, so this is what I would do. Go to them with a humble spirit, because that's really how you're going to win. And you're going to win, I would say, win what? Win the emotions, and not let the confrontation trample you. Yeah, how you deal with it, right? And I get that totally. How do you deal with it? And this is what I do. When people frustrate you in ministry, it could be a pastor, a worship leader, whatever, take time to just step away. Don't speak right away like what's on your heart. Maybe you feel it in the moment, but you got to realize too that moment will pass, and you don't want to regret saying something that you're going to have to come back later and feel sorry for. I wouldn't do that. And if it happens in your team, and let's say that your worship leader gave so-and-so the other coveted solo or golden microphone. You guys don't have that, do you? Is there really? There's not a golden microphone in your team, is there, that people just kind of pass around? I really hope not. But if they do that, or they give the part to the guitar player who maybe didn't practice, or whatever it may be, right? And so the whole idea is, keep it to yourself, take a deep breath, don't let that have any reflection on you. Make it about the Lord. Don't make it about you in that moment. Make it about God, less about you. Unto God, that's our title today. So that's what I do personally. Like when things happen to me, and I'm kind of like, well, how did that happen? I may feel it, but I want to own my response, but I want to own it humbly. I want to own it in the right way by not grabbing onto my emotion and letting the emotions grab me. Does that make sense? So when you've calmed down, then you go to them and say, hey, you know what? Then I've already given you the illustration. Hey, this is what I need to bounce off you. Is it okay? And get their permission first. And then when they say, yeah, okay, Brandon, I'll listen to you. Sure. What's up? Then you have an entry door to let them know what's going on. And you never know the response of the leader, because I've done this a few times. And when I've met with the pastor I was just telling you about, this is what happened. I just told you about the pastor that I went to, that I thought the pastor was showing favoritism. We're talking about favoritism, and we're talking about how to do things unto God and not to man. All right, you with me? All right, so I'm just going to keep going. So I went to my pastor, and he said, yeah, Brandon, absolutely. Spill your heart. Let me know what's up. And I just said, hey, this is what I'm feeling. Am I seeing this correctly? Because I feel like, you're giving, like, there's more budget being passed out. I also see, you guys are buddies, and that's great. But I don't feel like it's like, when people look at the worship team, we're a team. People want to see the unity. And unity is important for me. And I feel that the worship leader and pastor relationship, there is nothing beyond that can be greater in the moment of worship service. And why? Because people look at the pastor and the worship leader as one. It's the one Sunday, the one event that everybody in the church sees those two leaders together. So I kind of laid this, groundwork already for them. Now, you may do something different. You don't have to repeat the same thing that I just said, but I'm just telling you what my conversation was in the past and how I dealt with it. And so he listened, and he was like, yeah, you're right. They see us both. And then I had just said to him, I feel like there's a little favoritism going on. Can you help me understand? Because maybe I'm not seeing it right. And to my surprise, now I'm going to tell you two scenarios, because one with this one pastor, one with another leader that I had to confront. Now, one with the pastor, when I said, hey, I feel like things are a little shifted, and I really want this connection with you. To my surprise, he said, you know what, Brandon? I really didn't look at it that way. I had no idea you felt that way. And he thanked me. He thanked me for coming to me. He's like, Brandon, if I didn't know what was on your heart, I would have had a clue. And therefore, he said, actually, I thought that maybe you were distant from me. Now, then that shocked me. And I'm kind of going, what? And I said, say that again. And he said, no. He said, really, I thought that maybe we weren't clicking in our own relationship. So I'm glad to hear that you're actually, thinking about this. So he said, and so what happened to me, now, shocker, right? I had to look within myself. I had to look within myself and say, okay, why would he say that? Instead of me being defensive about it, I had to look within myself and say, you know what? He's right. What he saw in me that wasn't clicking, he was right, because it was my frustration of not being favored like the youth guy. That's what was happening. And so do you see this cyclic thing that goes around? And so praise be to God that I went to him humbly instead of blasting him, because if I did, think about this scenario. If I blasted him, then he would have came right back at me and just said, you know what, Brandon, you seem disconnected too. Wow. That's the inferno I was talking about. That is the inferno that you cannot put out. So don't start the fire. Our theme music could have been that Billy Joel. Sorry, I didn't play that today. We played Elevation Worship as our theme music. Now, let me tell you about the other example of the other leader that I had to confront. And I said, you know what? I feel like we're not really unified here on this front. And the leader had just simply said, well, you know what, Brandon? That's how it is. And if you don't like it, sorry. Well, how do you walk away from that? I just had to simply take that in and say, okay. I mean, what else are you going to do? I mean, if they're the leader in charge, they're going to do what they're going to do anyway, So I had to stand there, and take it. Thanks for that. Thanks for the comments, everybody. I had to just take that and listen to it and say, okay, I respect you. Here's the deal. If you are under somebody's leadership, you are already subscribing to their authority, whether you like it or not. whether you like it or not. And if you've already, by Matthew 18, you've already come to them, and let's say in the second negative example, they said, well, that's the way it is, Brandon, and if you don't like it, there's the door. Well, okay, then you have a decision to make. And that decision is, you're either going to walk through that door, or maybe it's something that we can see within ourselves and ask the question, well, am I really seeing it right? And I've done this before too, like what Matthew 18 says. Go to the elders of the church. Go to your pastor. And then tell them, hey, you know what, pastor, we had this dialogue, and I tried going to my leader, and they weren't quite open. Because if it's really bugging you that way and you want to serve on that team, it is not worth the battle, number one. Either you make the decision to pull yourself out, or you make the second step decision by going to your pastor and say, hey, you know what? I have gone to my leader and I've let them know that I don't like the way things are being done because I feel slighted and I feel like the unity factor is not great. And that way, your pastor can't look at you and say, well, did you go to them first? Because you've already laid that groundwork, you know? And then you know what? If that leader needs an attitude adjustment, you need to be careful, number one, because you're not pulling the worship leader in to tell them you said so or to change their ways. That is not your job. That's the job of the Holy Spirit. So you need to be humble. You need to seek a lot of wisdom before you go to the pastor and before you have this kind of meeting. But you make it, again, the number one thing I've been saying so far is make it about God, less about you. Find out what God is trying to tell you in this moment. Then go to Him. Go to your pastor. So what if they are married to each other? Ooh, wow. So what if the worship leader and the pastor are married? Is that the question? Man, tell me, is that it, Charlene? What's up? Eddie, thanks, man. A lot of people are asking these questions right now. The pastor and the worship leader. Oh, man, you just hit me with a ton of bricks. Okay, so everybody, this is the new question. What if we're just talking about, did you hear all this? Okay, so the question now is, the worship leader, the pastor are married, and the worship leader is showing favoritism to the team. So now you have a bigger problem. You can't go to the pastor because the pastor is married to the worship leader. Ouch. How do you deal with that? Okay, so here we go. Here's what I say. This is man, you're rocking the world. You're rocking the world with this question, Charlene. Yeah, okay. Awesome, Scott. This is where you find the character in both of them. And I think if this becomes a problem, and I've never served on staff with a worship leader who is married to the pastor. I've worked with churches that were, and because we do workshops, by the way, and when we do workshops, it's either myself or Tony Guerrero, whoever. We come to your church, we do a one-to-one workshop with your team. Yes, we train worship teams. That's what we do. And so in this one instance, I remember going to this one church in the Midwest, and yes, go to the elders. That's what I had recommended. So at the same time, every church is set up differently, and if they have a elder board, it depends on the church leadership. If the church leadership is really set up where it's really pastor-led, then there's really not much that you can do. But if they're elder-led, then you can go there. Absolutely, Charlene. Let's do this. Let's make it happen. This is what we do. I'm going to come to your church to do a workshop, one-to-one. Me? Absolutely. I'm there. Let's go. All you need to do is, I'll explain that later, but worshipteamtraining.com/workshops. Fill out the form. So how do you deal with this? If you're faced with a pastor and a worship leader that are married, okay, so number one, ask the question, are you in the right place? You got to be very sensitive. Silence can be seen as an agreement. Yeah, I mean, like if you got to resolve this within your heart. No elder board? Oh, man. Okay. So you don't have elders to go to, and the church is ran by just the pastor and the worship leader, and they're married, and that's it. That makes it very tough. So you got to ask yourself, you got to come to that resolve and find out, hey, is this the right place for me and my family? Is this the right place for me where God has me serving in this role? Because if it's not, then that's where you need to prayerfully consider the next step. Because I know there's a lot of worship leaders and pastors that go through this kind of issue. I'm working with a pastor right now at a church that their worship leader... Yes, okay, I hear you. Yeah, Charlene, she's asking if this is where she needs to be. I'm working with a pastor right now who the worship leader is married to one of the praise team members, and they could not get anything done. So basically, the pastor's trying to lead the worship leader. The worship leader is being pulled by his spouse because the spouse doesn't want to do it, and so therefore it causes conflict between him and the pastor. I mean, it's bad news. So what can you do about it? Well, really nothing. Prayer, absolutely, is the only way to really work through this. And if you're like a team member and you're watching this stuff happen, there's really nothing you can do about it to get in the middle, and I encourage you not to, because that's going to be something that you don't want. So be very careful. But if you can go to your elder board, I would do that. So I hope this makes sense, because I mean this is a lot of boldness we're talking about. And I know, honestly, this was a bold topic that we haven't covered before. And so I'm glad, because there's a lot of you guys right now that are probably going through this, or you know somebody who is. And that's what makes all these broadcasts awesome. So let's do this. Let me know, what are you going through? Type in, just comment into the comment window. Tap in your response. Just question, idea, a thought. And as you do that, I'm just going to let you know where we're at in terms of Joshua 1:9, because I was getting out of a conversation this morning with a worship leader who felt really defeated about where they were being called. Oh, thanks, Charlene. I appreciate that. Here's the deal. Joshua 1:9, and this is where we hang our hat on today for our topic, Unto God. Joshua 1:9, and this is my all-time favorite. It says this, and God is asking, here it is, God's asking a serious question. Thanks, Jermaine. Thanks, Charlene. All you guys watching, thank you very much for your comments and letting us know, because this is how we get stuff done, right? We don't beat around the bush. Come on, let's be real. It's not about a set list. It's not about putting songs together on Sunday. Look, if you want to lead worship, and you want to lead worship well in your church, it doesn't mean that every issue has to be a dirty laundry issue. No, not at all. But if you want to go about leading your ministry or being a volunteer in the right way, it starts with the heart, and that's what I'm getting across. And this is where we find Joshua 1:9, because Joshua 1:9 says this. Joshua 1:9 says, have I not commanded you? Okay, think about this question. Joshua is being passed he's being passed the baton from Moses, right? And Joshua is looking at where Moses was and like, are you serious? How can I fill those shoes? And so he's getting scared before God. I had a worship leader last night that texted me that they're in an audition and they were like scared about what was going to happen. I talked to another worship leader who is scared about their own ministry and how God's going to lead them next. And then this is what God said to Joshua. Have I not commanded you? Have I, the God of all gods, the Lord of lords, the King of kings, I who created the earth, I who created you from dust, have I not commanded you? You of little faith, right? Where's your faith? Jesus says. And then you hear the disciples say, Lord, help my unbelief. That's how we get out of that. But God is saying something comforting here. Have I not commanded you? It's like God already said it. He already commanded you. God already put you in that position to be strong and to walk in his encouragement, to walk courageously. That is what it's about. This is what we mean when we say unto God, not unto man. Colossians 3:23. So like Joshua, all right, the Lord has called you to a greater vision beyond yourself. But he's waiting on you to walk that road. Are you doing it? Or are you too busy watching everybody else do it? Would you rather be a participant in the work of God or a spectator? Because that's what it comes down to. And maybe, just maybe, you're at the point of life right now where all you can do is watch, but that doesn't mean that you're not participating in the work of God, because God gave you a prayerful spirit to worship and to work with him. Okay, so I just had right now a worship leader tell me that they had 2 worship team members that were fighting over a mic. Come on, people, are you for real? Monique asked that question. Why is this happening? We're fighting over a mic. I'll tell you why it's happening. I'll tell you why it's happening. Because they're just sheep. They are just sheep. Okay, here's the deal. Leadership, as much as we depend on God, God is also depending on you, yes, to grow up. God is depending on you to model out what maturity really means. Because I know we laugh at this, 2 worship team members fighting over a mic. I know it sounds silly, and I can't even believe I'm saying this, but you know what? In another way, I do believe it, because it happens more often than what you think. Think about your own team. You may be laughing right now. You may be saying, well, I'm glad it didn't happen to my church. Really? Because it does. If it doesn't happen out of their breath, it happens under their breath. So what are you doing as a leader? I had to address this issue in my team. Fantastic singer. I love her so much. She can sing the words off the phone book. It's amazing. An incredible voice. You mean, and, you look in the phone book after she just read it, and like the words are gone. And like And so I had a team member that emailed me the next day. Yeah, what's a phone book exactly? It's what you have to search for in Google. That's what that is. Or Wikipedia. Anyway, so a team member emailed me and then called me. Hey, I just want to let you know that this one lead singer, she's got like, there's some pride issues going on. And so I had to look at that, number one, as saying, okay, where is the source of this coming from, number one? All right? Because honestly, what I saw in the singer, I didn't see pride issues. It's because she had a great voice. I mean, that doesn't make somebody prideful just because they have a great voice. If they're strutting around their stuff like they are, well, okay, that's different. But here we are again, and I just spoke to the leader, and I just spoke in wisdom, and I just simply said, hey, thanks for that acknowledgement. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that. I'll take that into advisement. I didn't continue the discussion. Why? Because it had nothing to do with him. That's why. That's how you dismantle gossip. That's how you dismantle people trying to break the unity. When they come to you and they say, hey, so-and-so said this, or hey, so-and-so was fighting over a mic last night. You know what? You need to say to them right then and there, hey, thanks for that. I'll take that into advisement. Let's get focused back on the music tonight. I mean, redirect it. Just say, hey, thanks for that. I really appreciate the comment. And then maybe you can say, hey, have you thought about going back to that person? If they said that meaningful thing to you, have you thought about going back to them and asking them why? Because I really appreciate you coming to me, and you're coming to me obviously because you love me and I love you, and I'm going to support you. But I really think that they really need to hear that from you and not from me. And I know it takes guts to do that. I know that. But you know what? If it took the same amount of faith and guts for you to come to me with that, you can take that same energy and go right back to them. That's the truth. And it's hard, especially in ministry, because everything's so touchy-feely. We don't want to upset people. We're trying to lead people in worship, and all that stuff is good. But look, at the end of the day, you're still dealing with people. I mean, it's like what my wife says all the time. Why do you think Jesus went up on the mountain? Why do you think Moses did the same thing? Why do you think Jesus got into a boat? He wanted to get away, you know? I mean, that's okay. There's points where we have to get away from the present circumstance. And that's why I said that at the very top of this broadcast, because sometimes our tongues can get us in trouble if we're not holding them rightly. I have Clarence right now on Periscope saying, I need to go up on a mountain just like Jesus did. Look, if you need to go on that mountain, hey, happy Friday. This is where it begins, you guys. Have a good weekend. All right, so I'm done. See it? No, I'm kidding. I'm not going anywhere. But that's really the whole idea is, you know, who are we trying to please? You know, are you going to be pleasing God in your ministry the whole time? Or are you going to be striving to please man? That's what this topic is about today, right? Life and death is in the same power. Yeah. There's a lot there of wisdom. And so I appreciate you guys sharing all that stuff with me, because a lot of that stuff is not easy. And yeah, so what else are you guys going through? We're going to be wrapping this up in the next minute here. And we got winners. We got winners today, so I got to announce that too, all right? So we got some winners coming in. Let's play this game real quick, shall we? So you're going to do this. Let's see if I can get the screen back up one more time. All right. So go back to our screen. Go to worshipteamtraining.com. Charlene and Clarence, can you guys please type this back in? If you want to play, look, you can't win if you don't play. All right. So go to worshipteamtraining.com/mentoring. Go to worshipteamtraining.com/mentoring. Scroll down this page right here. Scroll down and type in, fill out the form and type in free. Thanks, Valerie. Oh, I love you, Valerie. You're awesome. Type in free and I'll give you a free session. Valerie got one. Who else got one? We got a lot of people that got them. But just type in free and it's yours. I'll give you a free session with me. Do you like this streaming? Did you like this broadcast today? Did you find it helpful? Did it, you know, help prompt some things in your heart and your mind? Did it connect? I really hope so, because this is what it's about. And do you want more of this? I'll give you, I mean, look, this is what the mentoring thing is about. And I want to give you a free session today. We already have winners that came in. So scroll down, go to worshipteamtraining.com/mentoring, like what Charlene and Clarence are typing up right now. Go there, fill out the form, type in free, and I'll give it to you. Nailed it. Thanks, G-Boy. We got a lot more winners coming in. We had 15 winners the last time that we played this game. So this is going to be good for 24 hours. So how do you do this? I've already told you. If you're already following us on Snapchat, it's really easy. You just need to go to your either Google Play Store or Apple, because I'm an Apple guy, and download Snapchat. Thank you so much, Charlene. Go to Snapchat, download it, and then follow us, Worship TT. Thanks, Charlene. That's what we do, Charlene. We keep it real. You and Clarence, you guys are awesome. All right, so real quick, I want to read a comment. I'm not at all a part of the worship team, but I found this randomly, and I'm so glad I found it. We are a small church, and we're stumped in growth, and wasn't sure how to go about talking about, what else did she say here? About, let's see, about talking to other certain things with my pastor and leaders, but you've given me hope and pointers that can apply to overall general ministry, not just our worship team ministry. Thank you so much for that. Ori, that is a tough name to say, and I apologize. Aro Tiffy? I'm so sorry. Erotif? Is that right? Awesome. But thank you, because look, we all face these ministry challenges together. And Victoria in reverse, that's hilarious. Oh, Victoria, that's so funny. Did you do that purposely? She just spelled her name backwards. Victoria. Now, why would somebody want to spell their name backwards on a profile? Because that way, if you say something Nobody can track you down. I get it. All right, I should start doing that. But then my first name backwards would be kind of weird. Anyway, so Snapchat, make sure that you follow us there. Go to the deal. Got a shout out to Laura Marriott, our free webinar coming up. That's later this month. By the way, Periscope, that was a really cruel April Fool's Day joke that we did at the very beginning. No, it wasn't a joke, but happy Fool's Day, Clarence. He was part of that. But go to get our free webinar. Yeah, right. Free webinar. Just go to worshipteamtraining.com right here, /events, worshipteamtraining.com/events, and then sign up for the free webinar. We have a free webinar every month, once a month. And so this month in April, it is Laura Marriott, and she's going to be talking about vocals, so you can't miss that. It's going to be fantastic. So again, mentoring, check it out. Make sure you get the mentoring. Go to worshipteamtraining.com/mentoring. I'm going to pull up a couple of winners. I'm not going to announce all of them because some people, oh my goodness, we got more people. Wow. All right, so who else is going to play the game? All right, so here we go. Ready? Here we go. We're going to announce some of the winners, not all of them, but we got some right now. Here we go. Jermaine Johnson from Periscope. You get a free session. Can this be like Oprah where I give away a free car? But no, because I'm a worship leader and I don't make enough to give away a free car. Shalita gets a free session. Awesome. Congratulations to Shalita. Awesome. On Periscope. Who else? Another one. Moana. Moana on both Facebook Live and Periscope. Moana hung out with us yesterday. Thanks so much for that. Congratulations. Moana is a winner. Who else is a winner? Oh my goodness. The famous, the best, the most awesome. Charlene Woolley from our fantastic Facebook Live. That is so awesome. Thank you, Charlene. That's great. Fantastic. And look, if you still want to continue to play the game, all you need to do is go to worshipteamtraining.com/mentoring. And we're going to only have this up for 48 hours. No. Did I say 48? That was a worship leader mistake. Sorry. 24 hours. I didn't memorize my song right. Sorry. 24 hours from today's aired broadcast. All right. So if you're coming in right now and you want to get a free session, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Woohoo. We got winners on Facebook Live and Periscope. Glad to see you guys. So we had 24 hours from this aired broadcast. Today is April Fool's Day, the 1st, and this is no joke, 2016. And if you act now, between now and the next 24 hours, I'll give you a free session. All you need to do is go to worshipteamtraining.com/mentoring, slide down, and then type in free as you fill out the session. The form. Thank you, Jermaine. This is what it's about. Jermaine, just thank you very much on Periscope. And you guys awesome on Facebook Live. This was quite an adventure today. Yeah, you bet, Jermaine. Looking forward to it, bro. This is quite the adventure of doing a dual broadcast between Periscope and Facebook Live. And so, my man, we got the winners already. Thanks so much, Clarence. Not too bad, right? Not too bad. We got winners coming up, so that's fantastic. And you guys are going to be resharing this on Facebook. You're going to be re-uploading it, resharing it on Catch, sharing it out on Twitter, sharing it on Facebook, on YouTube. So we're going to put this together, and we're going to come back every weekday. So Monday through Friday is when we're going to do these broadcasts. Yes, Facebook Live, we're coming at you, just like we do on Periscope. So hopefully Periscope won't have a worship leader problem on Monday. So when we air is Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Central Standard Time. So subscribe to us right now. If you're watching us by Facebook Live, hit the follow button on Periscope and let us know what's up. Follow us, please, so that way you can always get the updates and the videos when they go live. If I do something on music, talking about worship leadership, talking about worship, or an issue like what we're doing right now, whatever it may be. So we got more stuff to come. So go back to Snapchat. You can find all the links there. You can follow our Snapchat story. You can also follow the links on Twitter. So we have it at Twitter. That's at WorshipTT. It's the same handle, at WorshipTT on Twitter. And you can find all the links there so that way you can participate in either the free session. If you just want to go to the site, you want to look at today's article, Unto God, you want to check out more things that we got there free for you, do it. Let's get this going. Wow. But thank you, G-Boy. I really appreciate that, bro. You got it, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, Monday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, right here, Periscope Live, Facebook Live, YouTube. We're going to do this Monday through Friday, every weekday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. What could be better than that? Maybe like another session? Who knows? Anyway, thank you guys for coming out. Again, I'm Branon Dempsey with worshipteamtraining.com. Thank you for your comments, sharing this out, your likes, everything. And we're going to be doing some more and more upgrading as we go. So continue to stay with us. Periscope, Facebook Live, thank you for this. And thanks for being your flexibility, especially at the very beginning, Periscope. Sorry that it went this way, but we're thanking you guys for making it happen. I love y'all. Man, we got a lot of viewers today, so thank you so much for coming out. Share this out with people that you know. Share this out today with people who need this message, okay? All right, we got to go, and I'll see you guys back Monday. Let's go. Make it unto God, not unto man. Colossians 3:23. Love you guys so much, and be back with you very, very soon. Have an awesome day. Bye. All right, and we're still live. Facebook Live, you guys rock. Thank you. Man, you guys are awesome. I love you guys, and we're staying on just a little bit longer because, well, am I showing favoritism? I don't mean to. I'm just really, I mean, man, this is awesome with Facebook Live. I love it because it's just so, I think it's better than Periscope, but we're going to keep Periscope. Periscope's not going away. We're going to keep Periscope. We're just going to be doing dual broadcasting, and then soon we have our team already working on something else that's going to be going on. Clarence, how did you like Facebook Live versus Periscope today? What was your thought? And then Charlene, what was your thought? Other viewers right now, what is your thought? Did you like Facebook Live edition, or did you like the Periscope edition? So this helps us so we know how to move forward in making upgrades and progress. I can't tell if you're loving, I can tell you're loving Facebook. Yeah, I love Facebook. Yes. I didn't think it would skyrocket this way. But tell me, I want to know from you. You guys tell me Facebook Live. Do you like it? Did you like Facebook Live better than Periscope? Okay, awesome. Moana loves it. Charlene loves it. Clarence, yeah, the interaction was the same. Periscope was slim in numbers, yeah. But totally, yes. I think Facebook wins. But you know what? Periscope and Facebook Live people win. Both together as one. Awesome. All right, I got to go. Victoria, you are hilarious. And I love that a lot. That's so funny. Facebook is clear with no glitches. I know. We got to get some things fixed with that. And so that way, Periscope, as everybody knows, there's been some lagging issues. Yes, thanks, Domingo. I like it better too because here's the cool stuff, guys. Thanks, Clarence. Here's the awesome thing is that when you log on Facebook Live, you're going to get a video every day that pops up. This is why I love Facebook Live, okay? Because on Periscope just puts out a link, and you got to click it. It's a little slow. But Facebook Live, you see a video that pops up right away. So you just click the video and you watch it. You're already in Facebook, so you don't have to leave the program. You don't have to restart anything. Periscope, you got to click on the link. The program's got to come up. And let's face it, everybody, Periscope is slow. But it's good if you're using it on a mobile device. I'm giving you like social media advice right now. I didn't mean to, but so what? If you're watching like on tablet or mobile, your Periscope works better. But if you're watching Facebook Live on a device, Facebook Live takes up a lot more bandwidth, but it's better. So you gotta pick what's good for you. But this is the reason why we're doing both, because we have a lot of viewers on Facebook Live and a lot of people on Periscope as well. Yeah, you're right, Charlene. I think that Facebook has a better infrastructure, and I really think they're going to go far with this. So, it's all about the medium. I mean, you really have to go to where people are hovering the most. So we have a lot of viewers on Twitter, and so when Periscope pops up, they're already right there. But same thing with Facebook. So anyway, any last questions? Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to download all of this, and then we're going to re-upload it to YouTube. Is that cool? So that way you can watch it whenever you want. And plus, that's what the other point I was getting at. When you're on Facebook, you can still watch the video. And what's awesome about it is that every article that comes down on our Facebook feed, this is the reason why you need to follow Worship Team Training. So go, if you're not, shame on you. If you are, awesome. If you're watching us on Facebook, go to our Facebook page. It's Worship Team Training, and hit the like button. So when you like us, you'll see every article that comes out every day of the week, Monday through Friday and Sunday, sometimes Saturday, sometimes. Depends on how Kelly's working, because Kelly works hard. Michael works hard. Neil took a month off because he worked too hard. But these guys are the bomb, man. They are the team. So every article that you see that comes down on Facebook, you also get a matching video. The videos come out Monday through Friday, that is. Okay? We don't do videos on Sunday because that's when we're worshiping. I'm with our church family and my family. But Monday through Friday, you'll get a matching article, you'll get a matching video every day on Facebook. So that's all you got to do is get a Facebook Worship Team Training, like us. And then when you get there, you'll find out nobody can drink coffee like the way I can. Anyway, love you guys. Yes, and there also is a great Bible plan. Thanks for that. If you go to YouVersion, I'm staying on longer with you guys because I love you. If you go to Bible.com and download the YouVersion app, we have 3, 5, 7-day plans. Our 3-day plan already has 25,000 completions. So that tells me that we are going to be doing more of those. But our 5 and 7-day plan, those are rocking right now also. And we have a 14 and a 30-day plan. So for all you diehards, because when the 3-day plan came out, we had a lot of people that were like, yeah, it was kind of short. We liked it, but it was short. And I was thinking, well, okay, cool. But, they were like telling us, well, you need to write more. And I'm thinking, well, okay, so that's what we did. So we wrote, we got a 30-day plan. And the best thing about it is that if you are living in any of the Latin American countries, we have all of our Bible plans now in Espanol. So we have our 3-day, a 5, 7, and we have our 14, 30-day plans. All of those too are going to be in Espanol. So you can download those. All you got to do is go to Bible.com, download YouVersion, and search out Worship Team Training. Okay, you got to start somewhere. Awesome. All right, I got to go because this is like the longest. Clarence, is this one of the... No, we've done longer broadcasts before, but I just love what's happening. I love what's happening. I mean, this is just... Go to Bible.com. Go to Bible.com and download YouVersion. And when you do that, G-Boy, you're going to search Worship Team Training. And he's got it right there, Clarence. Can you put the hyperlink in there? Just go to... Okay, awesome. Thanks. You got it. All right, G-Boy. And so when you do that, you search out Worship Team Training. Worship Team Training. Branon Dempsey. That's me. And when you find us, you're going to download it. All right, awesome. Thanks, Domingo. Hey, and thank you guys for following us on Snapchat because we're gaining a lot of traction and you guys are liking all the Snapchat stories. So thanks for that because I do share a lot of other things that I don't do on this live video cast. So that's the advantage of following us everywhere. And most importantly, you're sharing this out with your friends because why? You're being an encouragement to others and you're allowing us to be a blessing as you guys are blessing us. So thank you so much for that. I got to go. We'll be back, who knows when. Later today, I don't know. But definitely Monday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Watch out for the worship leader here because he's coming at a church near you. Got to go. Love you guys so much and see y'all very, very, very soon. Have a great day. Love you.